never see me, I look like bugs. Pound my friends in a big black truck. Sheesh. I'm Vanessa, I like salsa, I'm a dancer, you pay fees for my big show, in Ibiza, for my leisure. Bliss. I don't do arguments in my relationships, I'm lit. You don't want me standing on this to say something, I'm rich. It don't make no sense how I make this, I'm lit. I don't do two-face unless the face card on my wrist. She 808. 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 Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years, and our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And here we go from New Orleans. His return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he reaches the 35 before going out. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Another carry for him. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's caught by Chris Olave. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
The give here on second. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down. Now looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They're going for this. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
As a man, it's Brooks. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Kate, I'm going to call that, even though it looks like nothing on the stat sheet, a win-win for both sides. Defense, Well, they rally. They get right to that throw in the flat for a no gain. The offense, they just remind that defense, you not only got to cover us vertically, we're going to stretch you horizontally as well.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
They get 35 out of that one. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. First down, and they go right back to him. Space to the left. And he's finally taken down at the 3. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Vikings don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And this goes out of bounds. The fumble, not ideal, but hey, did end up being a small gain on the play. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 32. Finds a man right side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. Back to throw, needing a 1st. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Airing it out to start this drive. He's got him. That's Addison. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll try and punch it in. Gets in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings pull out in front further, 13-zip. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing now, off play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
3rd and long for him here. That's cut for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the 1st. A give now from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Short pass brought in. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. Quick throw to the left is complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. Has some room to work. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints start to fight back with their first points of this game. Chris Olave with the touchdown. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They're going play action. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Man in motion, out of the slot. They'll run now on 2nd down. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They go play action here. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Hits the 20. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
He's going to return it from a yard or two deep.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Throwing on 2nd and 13. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. From his own end zone on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Ball taken in at the 36. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. This one returned for 11 yards. And it's going to be Vikings football. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Design bootleg here. He beams one, deep right side. Brought in, inside the 20. He does it, touchdown Minnesota. The Vikings make it a 3-possession game. Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings stretch their lead to 21. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
There was a window there for a moment. But boy, did they close the gap before that throw could arrive.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They'll try and throw it here. That one's complete, right side. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He's going deep. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Vikings will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Back now, pressure on its way. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a T.J. Hockenson touchdown. Extra point converted by Gay. And the Vikings continue piling on to this lead.
Saints 7. Matt Gay set to kick off.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He's looking deep once again. And they pick him off again. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Throwing it to start this drive. Has the connection to Hockenson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And he stopped just a little short of the goal line. He's down to the 2. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. 2nd and goal coming up. Another chance for him. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Vikings get more points to end a lopsided 1st half. Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings grow their lead yet again. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 38. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. A gain of 27 yards there. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Big catch made, and he got both feet in.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
One last play before the break. throwing it just before halftime. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Harrison Smith with the INT. Has a hole left, room to run. At the 20. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. All right, Brock, I try never to ask this, but I just feel like in this situation, do we even need to play a second half today? What do you think?
Kate, you should never have asked it. Because if Frank Reich and those Buffalo Bills had that thought, they would have never come back against those Oilers in a playoff game.
A really good point. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back, gets the handoff. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Running it after the penalty. Past midfield to the 45. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal. They give it to him again. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. Call it a 7-yard pickup, and they're just a yard away now on second and goal.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got it.
And he will get into the end zone for a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings grow the lead coming out of halftime. Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings tack on 7 more to their lead.
Saints 7.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Trying the right side. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up second and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Back-to-back carries here. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, They just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. And third and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
So close to getting off the field. The 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. This one misses the tight end. And it sets up 2nd down. They are throwing it again. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing now from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. They motion the tight end over. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Throwing it again here. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up. They'll run it from the gun. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 3 on the play. It's going to be 5 to go on 4th down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they give to him on 4th down. It's a sack and a turnover on down.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Back to the well again. Works his way to the 35. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. And yet again, he's made a trip to the end zone, his 5th on the ground. And now just 1 more return visit away from tying that NFL single-game record.